Hi, I'm Darlene Carman.
And I'm Doug Carman.
Welcome to the show. Debra Dawson of Good Time Catering is here to share her expertise on the special food and resources of Mendocino County. So welcome to the show.
Thank you.
How long have you been in the catering business?
Pretty much all of my adult life. I've probably 25, 30 years now. And I came to it from having a restaurant, and I learned to cook in France in a very rural setting with no electricity and no running water, and we were rebuilding an old stone barn. And my partner, who was a fabulous cook, we immigrated to Mendocino because of the amazing beauty of Mendocino and to build a boat, and ended up with a restaurant. So we cooked in a little French cafe that was right on the sea for a number of years, and then when my son was born, I went into catering. So that's probably 35 years ago. And I'm an example of someone who's moved to Mendocino County in a time when the food scene there was very, very beginning, and there weren't very many of the fine restaurants that there are today, and I've kind of been able to participate in the whole blossoming of the food and wine industry and business and attraction that is in Mendocino County.
What type of events do you cover as a catering?
I'll tell you, I have catered. I have followed horseback riders into the hills to places where they swore that we would have equipment and running water, and found that the water was running in the stream 50 feet away, and that was our running water. And I cater for goddess, witches and goddesses that are retreating to celebrate their craft and their art. I cater for people that are in recovery. I cater for mushroom hunters. That's a very amazing bunch of groups. The Bay Area Mycological Society and the San Francisco Mycological Society both have retreats that come to the coast when it's mushroom season. And the mushroom is a big part of the attraction up there. And they'll go out foraging during the days and then bring in these massive piles of mushrooms, all kinds of mushrooms, and they'll put them out on the tables just to examine them. And then not all of them are edible. Then they'll bring big piles of edibles in the kitchen and give them to us, and we cater for them.
Mushrooms.
In weddings, and people come up there to get married. But people come up to do all kinds of retreats in Mendocino County because it's so beautiful. Wow. And there's a facility that's really extraordinary called the Mendocino Woodlands, and this is a sister facility to Camp David in the where, of course, the president goes to have his meetings and retreats. And it's about 16 miles inland from Mendocino in the woods in this beautiful setting, and you can hold up to 200 people there. So music camps and dance camps. I've seen Hungarian dance camps come there with the Hungarian State Ballet, and I've cooked Hungarian food for them. And in fact, some of the herb blends that I've developed, I think that's the one, Glorious Goulash. I just developed these herb blends by catering for these different kinds of events, and that one was developed for the Hungarian dance camp.
So what is in that?
Paprika and caraway and dill seed and lemon peel. And it's really great. It's not just for goulash.
That has to be quite a culinary challenge when you have different ethnic groups.
It is.
That you have
it's really.
And they're asking for their.
And they want their ethnic cuisine, because there's dance camps that happen also throughout the year in the Mendocino Woodlands, and they have Scandinavian and English country dance, Hungarian dance, and folklore camp, French dance and French music, and they bring these groups from all over the world, and they study the folk dance, and they keep this alive.
What are the type of foods that are in demand? What do the customers want?
The buzzwords right now are seasonal and local, and I don't mean, when I say buzzword, I don't mean to put that down, because it's really a fantastic thing that people are finally becoming aware. As we ate in France, and as any ethnic cuisine knows, that they're all based on what is available now and what can be grown in a local area, and it's kind of time for that to become fashionable. So that's what people are always asking for now, but I don't know that if everybody actually realizes what that means, because I'll sometimes get a bride or someone who wants seasonal and local, and then she'll say, and it might be October, but can't I have asparagus? And I'll say, yes you can, but it's going to come from Chile. So people don't really realize that even though Mendocino is really bountiful, and the best time to have the tremendous variety is in the fall or the late summer, when you've got the green beans and the beautiful squashes and eggplants and tomatoes. But at this time of year, for instance, if you wanted a seasonal and local menu, you'd get greens, and beets are great. And we have about 1/4 of an acre at home. And great star of the coastal cuisine are greens of all kinds. You can grow the most fabulous lettuces and chard and kale and broccoli and all the green things. So that's what you can have.
You grow a lot of your...
My partner does. He puts it in the kitchen window and I cook it.
Oh, I see. How nice.
I had been blending herbs for a lot of years, and then because I was an avid mushroom gatherer in the fall, this magical thing happens when the mushrooms start to come up. You can almost, I swear I wake up in the morning and I hear them. You know, I wake up and I go, I know they're happening. I know they're down at the creek, and my property borders on Jackson Strait Forest, so I just jump up and just pull something on, and it doesn't matter whether I took my little doggy when I had him, and we'll go down to the creek, and the first ones to come are the boletes, which are the famous porcini, which the Italian... These have been dried.
Of course, this is dried, yes.
Well, it's not that time of year, and sliced, but smell this. These particular ones have been dried for almost 10 years, and like wine, the longer they stay, if they're really properly dried and they're really good quality, the longer they stay, the more pungent they become until they develop this odor, which is just absolutely phenomenal. And this is the reason why they're so highly prized.
So you soak these now to get the...
I just found out that from a truffle man that the best way to keep them, to use them the best is to boil a little water and then just plunge them in the boiling water and then turn it off and let them sit for just a few minutes and then drain it off the water. I used to let them sit for a long time, but the water will become bitter if you do that. And the thing is to take them then right out, and they'll never be exactly like they are reconstituted. They'll be chewy. They're not going to be like they are fresh. But at some point, smell this. This is so great. And I was going to see if...
But the nutrition is still there.
Oh, all the nutrition. And the flavor is more concentrated than ever. I wanted to show this one to Harry because the black chanterelle is another star of the...
Oh, look at that nose.
He's going to be a truffle dog. I knew it. He's going to be a truffle dog. They use dogs. And
black dogs actually go out and
well, look, he's going to... He loves it.
This.
Oh, he's my guy. Harry, you and I have a date next January because these are very hard to find.
Which herbs are good for you, and also from preparation of food?
Well, the culinary herbs are all have, some different properties, and a lot of them are sort of folkloric, like thyme was supposed to enable you to see the fairies. And dill was enabled you to keep the witches away. But I feel that the real benefit of cooking with herbs is that it allows you to season your food more confidently and maybe become a better cook and more interested in cooking. And I think that anything that allows people that maybe think they can't cook or are not cooking their own food at home but are like going out to eat, anything that makes it demystifies cooking and makes it easier and more accessible for people is going to contribute to your health and your well-being. If you ask my opinion of herbs,
you said something about it. It helps you, cooking yourself helps you lose weight. How does that work?
I have a theory that if you, as a cook, I mean, I'm just thinking about myself and some of the people that I know that are around food a lot and eating a lot. If you are experiencing your food by buying it and feeling it and smelling it and washing it and cutting it and sautéing it, you've so thoroughly experienced it that by the time it's time to eat it, I don't think you need to eat as much of it because you've actually had a whole experience of it.
You're right.
And I think it really helps weight control.
So just a little bite.
Yeah, and then when you know what's in your food, you're eating better food. Well, I want to just mention that the reason that these herb blends were developed is because if you had to, chop and reconstitute mushrooms from scratch, then that's a lot more work than maybe people want to go. And also, these are not always available to,
yes, that's
you
right.
can't always find them. So I just blended them, diced them up really small, and blended them with the herb blends, and so that you have this little blend that is all ready to use.
Oh.
With
Wait, the mushrooms are
mushrooms
in
are in
so
that.
So you powder.
They're diced.
A
They're
food
powdered.
processor? Kind of?
Ground.
Ground.
They're ground. So all you have to
Oh.
do then is put it in the food, and you'll get all the flavor of the
Now,
mushroom.
see, I like this because it's not going to be chewy.
Oh no, it's not going to be chewy.
Yeah, I'm
No.
not into chewy. Was this your own idea now, or has this already been done?
I don't think anyone I had ever seen doing it before. It just seemed natural to me because these are unwieldy to use, even though people that are really experienced cooks are fanatic to use them, but in that form, they're just ready to go.
Yeah. So
What
thank
do
you
you
so
think?
much for coming. Really enjoyed what you had to share. I will be trying some of this. I'm going to grind them up and try them so I can be more healthy. So check the website for more details and eat healthy.